This is your home for the Wildcats. Louisburg Sports Live.
More out of the backfield. Fake the pass. Another draw by Battle, and he's got some big running room and a touchdown. 15-yard scamper from Declan Battle.
Louisburg Sports Live is presented by Go Brawley. It just works. Learn more about fast, reliable service and great customer service at gobrawley.com.
Wildcats with another one. Trying to find the hole. They do. Nice put away there by Kaylee Kilgore.
Ethan Parker from under the basket. What a layup there. Asher sees room, takes the two from the free throw range and gets it there.
2-2 from Declan Battle. Did he go around? He did. Strike three called. Baston Moore runs over a man up the middle and will carry Trevor McGraw into the end zone for another Wildcat touchdown.
It's time for the Wildcats on your home for Louisburg High School Athletics. Louisburg Sports Live.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Louisburg Sports Live. We're here in the lovely Bonner Springs, getting set for Week 4 of high school football Friday Night Lights. Louisburg enters tonight's 0-3, along with Bonner Springs, who also has yet to collect a win on the season. This broadcast is brought to you by Vose Pharmacy. At Vose Pharmacy, you can count on their dependable and reliable pharmacist, Kevin Vose, and his friendly staff. Serving Louisburg for more than 10 years. To learn more, visit vosepharmacy.com or call 913-837-3784. That's vosepharmacy.com. Presenting sponsor of today's broadcast. I'm Drake Miller. I'll be taking you through the action tonight, as it should be a pretty solid one. Right now, Bonner Springs coming off a pretty rough start, only collecting one touchdown on the season and not any points outside of that. And that was in Week 1. They collected 7 points. Since then, have yet to reach the end zone. We'll go ahead and take our first break here on Louisburg Sports Live, and we'll be right back with the pregame show.
Stupid Go Brawley internet.
Go Brawley allows you complete control over internet usage for all devices in your home from anywhere, as it should be. Visit gobrawley.com to learn more.
Call insurance agent.
Hello, customer.
Oh, great. I just had a quick question about my insurance.
You are 312th in line.
Oh, it's just a real quick question.
Would you like a callback in 6 hours?
Sometimes humans are just more helpful.
Hey, Max, I can answer your insurance question.
Awesome. Appreciate it.
Farm Bureau Financial Services. It's your future. Let's protect it.
Contact Farm Bureau agent TJ Solandra in Louisburg at 913-837-3237.
Vose Pharmacy is Louisburg's true hometown pharmacy. Pharmacist Kevin Vose and his team are proud to be part of the Louisburg community, and your health is their top priority. And now with Test to Treat, Vose can provide strep and flu testing and treatment all in one by appointment. Vose continues to be your stop for everyday health essentials and all of your prescription needs. Vose Pharmacy, Louisburg's pharmacy, and proud to support the Wildcats. Call 913-533-7575 or visit vosepharmacy.com.
For 50 years, Elliott Group has been your local insurance partner. With 5 convenient locations, Elliott Group is big enough to offer the best carriers, but small enough to know your name and your insurance needs. Elliott Group is more than just insurance. They're a part of each community they serve, with a wide variety of insurance solutions to help your unique challenges. Elliott Group, where they're there for you today and for years to come. Visit them at any of their 5 locations or at ElliottInsuranceGroup.com.
Hi, I'm Dr. Aaron Stowe with Wildcat Veterinary Clinic. Come see us at our newly remodeled facility across from the stadium. We're proud to be your hometown vets who know and care about your family. We provide cutting-edge diagnostic services and specialty care that includes surgery, chiropractic, and reproductive services. With 24-hour emergency services, a team of 13 veterinarians, and 3 other locations in Paola, Drexel, and Martin City, our commitment to this community makes Wildcat Vet Clinic the vets you can trust.
Maximum.
And we're back with the pregame show. If you're just tuning in, I'm Drake Miller. I'll be taking you through the action tonight in Bonner Springs for Week 4 of Friday Night Lights. Louisburg Sports Live. As I previously stated, Louisburg starting off with a record of 0-3. It's been a bit of a tough start for this Wildcat squad this season as they fell to 2 opponents by only 1 score in the first 2 weeks, and then Week 3 got pretty ugly over there in Clay Center and saw a 34-7 loss, which was pretty tough on this team, and hopefully looking to bounce back after, like I said, pretty tough loss and recover swiftly against a team who is also winless on the season. Your pregame show is brought to you by Farm Bureau financial agent TJ Solander. TJ's goal is to help plan for the unexpected and protect your future. Getting to know you and the things that are most important to you will help them customize the right plan for your needs. To learn more, visit them at 106 West Amity Street or call 913-837-3237. That's TJ Solander, sponsor of tonight's pregame show on Louisburg Sports Live. But as I previously stated, 2 0-3 teams, one of them is going to be leaving with a win tonight. It's just a matter of who. If Bonner Springs can put together a nice game tonight, take down Louisburg, the Wildcats, and they will continue their winless streak, or will Louisburg finally break the trend, get their first win, and hopefully start some uphill climbing towards the back half of this season. You're almost about halfway mark. After this week, you're about at the halfway mark on the regular season. Got to start thinking about, getting above that 500 win percentage, 50% win percentage on the regular season so that you can enter the playoffs in a much more favorable spot. But tonight's the main focus. We'll see what both of these teams can pull off. We'll go ahead and take another break, and we'll be right back.
DeVos Real Estate Group at Keller Williams would like to wish all of our sporting teams success this season. If you're looking for real estate, feel free to contact us. If you're looking for buyer needs or seller needs, we're more than happy to help you with any of your transactions. Feel free to give us a call, 913-963-4076, or you can email us at dougbose@kw.com. We look forward to hearing from you, and go Cats.
Iron Horse Family and Cosmetic Dentistry and Dr. Laura's Orthodontics are committed to providing quality health care for area families. With comprehensive solutions, Iron Horse Dental and Dr. Laura's Orthodontics will listen and take the time to truly understand your needs, goals, and lifestyle. State-of-the-art equipment, techniques, and facilities combined with a new approach to oral care. That's what you get with Iron Horse Family and Cosmetic Dentistry and Dr. Laura's Orthodontics. To learn more, visit them online at drlaurasortho.com or ironhorsedental.com.
At Fort Scott Community College, we understand that a scary part of figuring out your future isn't only answering the question, what should I do, but where do I belong? Maybe you belong here, studying animal science or learning about farm and ranch management. Maybe you belong here as part of Helms Hoops on the hardwood. I don't know where you've been or where you're headed, but I know we're saving a spot for you because you belong at Fort Scott Community College.
For more than 20 years, Gherkin Rental has been the place to go to get the job done in eastern Kansas and western Missouri. With a huge selection of quality equipment, from roll-offs to trailers, telehandlers to generators, power washers to popcorn makers. Experienced equipment professionals and clean, well-maintained tools to help you get the job done right the first time. Gherkin Rental. Stop by any of their 13 locations across the KC Metro or call 855-GHERKINS. That's 855-437-5367. Since their doors first opened in 1920, First National Bank has been committed to local decision-making and long-term relationships. Locally owned and managed, First National Bank is there to guide you through all your first. First checking or savings account, first loan, first business groundbreaking, or your first home. A variety of banking services, expert guidance, and an emphasis on putting you first. First National Bank in Louisburg, 1201 West Amity, 913-837-5191. Equal housing lender, member FDIC. Whether you're trying to make the most of the next harvest, navigating a changing business landscape, or planning for the next chapter in your life, the professionals at Prime Accounting Solutions are here to help. With 10 locations, Prime Accounting offers convenient, friendly accounting and tax services at a fair price. Payroll, bookkeeping, business planning, personal tax filing, and more. And now Prime is the place to go for insurance. Wildcat fans can find us at 1262 West Amity in Louisburg or 913-837-4230. To find a location near you, go to primeaccounting.net.
Back on for the pregame show. Looking at the weather going forward into tonight's game. Right now it sits at a very balmy 78 degrees. And I say balmy, feels a little bit hotter up here in this press box as we've got the sun pretty much directly pointed in our direction. We got a little fan going on, so getting some air circulation. But once that sun drops below that tree line, it's going to cool down pretty significantly, reaching into the low 70s. Almost immediately after sunset, and then about 70 degrees flat towards the end of this game. High 60s is what we're looking at going into tonight. Go ahead and get into some starting rosters. We'll go ahead and kick things off with Bonner Springs and their offensive starters. Under center will be number 3, the junior quarterback, 6'2", 165, Martin Guerra. Alongside his running backs, number 4, senior 6 foot, 215 pounds, Kane Smith. Number 5, the senior 5'10", 195, Leonard Fungasha. And then number 23, junior 5'10", 155, Prince Davin Donnell. And then the wide receivers, number 9, the junior 6 foot, 165, James McConico. And number 10, junior 5'11", 170, Ezekiel Gray. Lineman, number 50, junior 6'3", 255, Corey Williams. Number 51, junior 6'4", 230, Luka Tomazic. Number 55, senior 6'3", 235, Devin Fleischer. Number 56, senior 5'9", 205, Kabir Usman. And number 74, sophomore 5'10", 240, Juan Lara Cruz. That is the offensive starters for Bonner Springs. On the other side, offensive starters under center, you know him well, number 2, Max Amarin. Alongside number 19, Bryce Thompson, who's been splitting carries every now and then with number 7, Tate McGreer. Up front on the line, number 63, Johnny Hendrickson. Number 55, Michael Foote. Number 53, Braxton Keckner. And number 68, Colin Schleicher. Wide receivers are number 1, Ricky Giles. Number 11, Martin Soto, and number 16, Aiden Spradling, alongside tight end number 14, Eli Roth. That's your starters offensively for tonight for both of these squads as we boot up for this game. Let me check the time. Just about 18 minutes out from the opening kickoff. We'll go ahead and take another break here and be right back with the rest of the game analysis.
The Fun 99 menu, always $1.99 each.
A message from
from the Sonic Department of Research and Deliciousment.
Did you know your new favorite burger has hand-smashed patties made to order, hot and melty cheese, and a tangy sauce? How rude of me. Let me introduce you. The all-new Sonic Smasher. Live free, eat Sonic.
Hi, I'm Katie Casey, and I'm honored to be a third-generation realtor in our Crown Realty family. My dad and grandparents started Crown Realty in 1973, and since then we have grown to become one of the largest brokerages in the Midwest. We now have 8 office locations and over 150 agents covering about 20 counties across Kansas and Missouri. Reach out to us today to experience the Crown Realty difference, where we are committed to treating our agents like family and our clients like royalty.
Looking for the perfect getaway? At Destination Fun Travel, we bring the world to you. From turquoise Caribbean beaches to European river cruises and beyond. Destination Fun Travel is an award-winning travel agency specializing in creating unforgettable vacations. All-inclusive resorts, luxury villas, group trips, or custom vacation packages. Let us turn your dream vacation into reality, because with us, the journey is just as exciting as the destination.
Building a life is different for everyone, because everyone is different. That's why State Farm is there.
Contact Buddy Shaw in Louisburg for a quote today.
Explore, imagine, and connect at the Louisburg Library in downtown Louisburg. Serving the community since 1968, the Louisburg Library has everything you're looking for. Whether you're into bestsellers, mystery, sci-fi, action, romance, or graphic novels, there's a story for everyone. Take advantage of their programs for kids and adults like book boxes, book clubs, winter read, summer bash, computer coding camps, and so much more. Stop by and meet their friendly staff 7 days a week and learn more at louisburglibrary.org.
Back on the pregame show as we're just a couple of minutes out of kickoff at this point. 15 minutes away. Went through some starting lineups as well as some of the game analysis. We'll go ahead and talk about the stats from last week's game for Louisburg. And in total, in the first half, Louisburg was able to put together 77 rushing yards and 27 receiving yards, but gave up 124 rushing yards to Clay Center, which was not what you wanted to see. And that first half started off pretty strong for Clay Center. One of the key points that I hit on last week is wanting to see Louisburg go into half leading. And usually that's how these games have been dictated, is whoever goes into half leading ends up winning these contests. And not only that, but Louisburg has not only been down going into half, but been down by 2 possessions every single time they've gone into halftime. So trying to shorten up that range, maybe make it 1 possession, whatever it is, to try and pull you a little bit closer and make that second half a little more manageable. It really comes down to those 8 minutes in the middle of the game. Whoever wins the last 4 minutes of the first half and whoever wins the first 4 minutes of the second half is inevitably probably going to win the game. I mean, that's one of the most essential pieces of the game of football. And then the final stats overall were 147 rushing and 81 receiving for Louisburg, giving up 217 rush yards on the day. 93 was given up in the second half. They ended up coming out and shutting down a couple of the rushing attacks, but obviously I think Clay Center had kind of given up on the pass game. They really revealed that they were a run first, run second, and run every team. And so coming out when you're expecting that every single play can make it a little bit more manageable for sure. And they definitely showed that they had the potential to stop the run a little bit better than they did in the first half. Turnovers were the bane of Louisburg, though, last week. 6 total turnovers, including turnovers on downs, fumbles, and interceptions. It got a little bit ugly there towards the end of the game. Saw a couple of throws that just came out a little bit wrong out of the hands of Ameren, and also just weren't good looks because you were trying to press on a couple of points there late in the ball game, being down by so much, and obviously mistakes were made, and that really worsened the wound of Louisburg's deficit at that point. But turnovers going into half leading, and of course just establishing that run game. I feel like that's the one piece that Louisburg has really been missing this season, is the run game, and being able to just run down the field on one possession and take down 6 points, 7 points, and mark the scoreboard first. They ended up marking the scoreboard first against Paola 2 weeks ago with a kickoff return for a touchdown. Another thing to mention, they had a punt return for a touchdown that ended up being null and void last week, alongside an opening touchdown off of a fumble recovery. It was a really ugly start for Clay Center last week. They fumbled on the kickoff return, the opening kick, and then Louisburg ended up getting the ball to start and did not score. But they got in the end zone, got called back for a holding, and then later on got called back for a holding on a punt return for a touchdown. So penalties, turnovers, and leading in first half. It was a little messy last week, but if you clean up the act, I think there's a lot of really significant positives on this offense and on this defense that we've certainly seen. The one thing that did stand out last week that I'm sure they addressed in the locker room this week was the opening of the second half. Clay Center came out with a full-on blitz, and they managed to get in the backfield immediately. Ameren tried to hand it off and didn't even get to hand the ball off before he was tackled on one of the plays for a loss of 3. So we'll go ahead and step aside for the national anthem, as they will be performing that shortly, and be right back with the rest of the analysis. Couple points for Bonner Springs coming into tonight's game. Well, if you've been looking at the stats and the scoreboards across the area, you know that Louisburg took that big deficit last week. You know that they're coming off of a rough loss. If you can attack early, kind of open that wound back up and try to cause a couple mistakes out of this Louisburg offense, I think they're going to find a lot of success in their capabilities if they manage to do that. We'll go ahead and take another short break here. We'll be right back for the opening kickoff. Stay tuned.
Explore, imagine, and connect at the Louisburg Library in downtown Louisburg. Serving the community since 1968, the Louisburg Library has everything you're looking for. Whether you're into bestsellers, mystery, sci-fi, action, romance, or graphic novels, there's a story for everyone. Take advantage of their programs for kids and adults like book boxes, book clubs, winter read, summer bash, computer coding camps, and so much more. Stop by and meet their friendly staff 7 days a week and learn more at louisburglibrary.org. Vose Pharmacy is Louisburg's true hometown pharmacy. Pharmacist Kevin Vose and his team are proud to be part of the Lewisburg community, and your health is their top priority. And now with Test to Treat, Bose can provide strep and flu testing and treatment all in one by appointment. Bose continues to be your stop for everyday health essentials and all of your prescription needs. Bose Pharmacy, Louisburg's pharmacy, and proud to support the Wildcats. Call 913-533-7575 or visit bosepharmacy.com.
Stupid Go Brawley internet.
Go Brawley allows you complete control over internet usage for all devices in your home from anywhere, as it should be. Visit GoBrawley.com to learn more.
Looking for the perfect getaway? At Destination Fun Travel, we bring the world to you. From turquoise Caribbean beaches to European river cruises and beyond. Destination Fun Travel is an award-winning travel agency specializing in creating unforgettable vacations. All-inclusive resorts, luxury villas, group trips, or custom vacation packages. Let us turn your dream vacation into reality, because with us, the journey is just as exciting as the destination.
Building a life is different for everyone, because everyone is different. That's why State Farm is there.
Contact Buddy Shaw in Louisburg for a quote today.
Call insurance agent.
Hello, customer.
Oh, great. I just had a quick question about my insurance.
You are 312th in line.
Oh, it's just a real quick question.
Would you like a callback in 6 hours?
Sometimes humans are just more helpful.
Hey, Max, I can answer your insurance question.
Awesome. Appreciate it.
Farm Bureau Financial Services. It's your future. Let's protect it.
Contact Farm Bureau agent TJ Solander in Louisburg at 913-837-3237.
Oh, shoot!
See the full lineup at hersinc.net. Call 913-247-3530 or just stop on by.
Back for pregame of opening kickoff right around the corner for Louisburg at Bonner Springs. 2 0-3 teams going to be duking it out here tonight, trying to break their losing streak. One of them is going to leave this field with a win, assumingly, without warranting a tie. But with the way these two teams have been playing, it looks like this game is really open for the taking by both of these teams. Certainly, favorites are Louisburg. Louisburg has a lot more upside right now than Bonner Springs does, but Bonner Springs could put together a nice night, nice evening for the crowd here, as it's pretty lively. You see quite a full set of stands here on the home side, and on the away side, maybe a little short of 100 over there on the Louisburg side. Couple of students showing out. I believe it's about an hour away from Louisburg, the school, so not crazy far. Might see a couple more people filter into the stands here as the game really starts to get going and people coming from work and whatnot. Captains out there for Bonner Springs. You got number 55, Devin Fleischer. Number 3, Martin Guerra. Number 4, Kane Smith. And number 51, Luka Tomazic. I haven't quite caught the numbers for Louisburg, but they have had very similar captains this season. Go ahead and wait for the results of the coin flip. See what the result. So Louisburg has won the toss. They say they will elect to defer. So Bonner Springs will return on the left-hand side. Captains out there for Louisburg. You got Ricky Giles, Max Amron, along with Johnny Hendrickson and Michael Foote. Foote and Giles not dressed out, as Foote actually did suffer a couple of injuries last week. Don't know exactly the status on that. We'll see if we can get that at least by the end of the game here tonight. Opening kickoff is sponsored by the Louisburg Athletic Club. Louisburg Athletic Club has got you covered. No more excuses. Gym access 24/7 for all members, including use of locker rooms and sauna. Group fitness classes are included. The Healthy Shake and Smoothie Bar, tanning, and massage therapy are all open to the public. Join us every Tuesday for half-price shakes from 3 p.m. to 5 p.m. and half-price tans every Thursday. Opening kickoff is presented by Louisburg Athletic Club. Kickoff right around the corner. It'll be Louisburg in white, Bonner Springs in gray. As we get set for both of these teams' highly anticipated matchup. The Braves and the Wildcats facing off in Bonner Springs. Back deep to return for Bonner Springs will be McConico, and I believe that's Davin Donnell. Blaze Vose set to boot it away, and here we go. Friday Night Lights here in Bonner Springs. It's going to be picked up by the one. Donnell spins out and gets just past the 10-yard line to about the 13, where Bonner Springs will start their drive with a 1st and 10. Not the greatest of kickoff returns. That one just trickled past the two returners, and looks like they'll give them a couple more than I anticipated, starting on the 14. So on their own 14-yard line, Guerra under center. Hands it off up the middle and will drive their way forward for a gain of 8. Big pickup to open this game for Bonner Springs by Kane Smith. Heinrich was in on the takedown as 2nd and 2. Comes up here for Bonner. Under center once more. Hands it off on the jet sweep. Donnell around the edge and gets the 1st down with a gain of about 4. Already with 12 yards on the ground for Bonner Springs, opening this game up early on the rushing attack. It looks like based on their formation, and I meant to say it in the pregame as well, only 2 wide receivers listed in their starting lineup with 3 running backs It's going to be a run game all night here for the Braves. And I say that, they go to the air. Guerra pulls the trigger, and just out in front of his intended target, Fungasha was the intended target, and that brings up 2nd and 10. So I stand corrected. The run game is going to be the favorite, but it's not going to be the only thing like we saw out of Clay Center last week. Bonner Springs opens up, trying to hit with a big play early on. Just couldn't connect with his receiver, and that kind of spreads out your offense a little bit more. Louisburg's got to stay on their toes here, the linebackers especially, with any routes up the middle, as Bonner Springs will go back to the run game. Only gain of 1, it looks like. And we've already got a Wildcat down with what I would assume is a cramp, and that's Johnny Hendrickson. Cramps have been a huge factor playing into this season. For the Wildcats, as through the first 3 weeks, we have seen a surplus of stoppages. Week 1 was really the best out of the 4 so far, or the 3 so far. But week 1 was really not too bad. I think we only had 2 or 3 stoppages. Week 2 was a little bit ugly. We got up into 5+, maybe even 6 stoppages for cramps or injuries alike. Hendrickson makes his way off the field on his own accord. Good to see that, as my assumptions were probably correct about the cramp. Under center for 3rd and 9, Guerra sends a man in motion. That's Donald. Drops back to pass and rolls to his right. Has Green and will pick up the first. Did he get it? Is actually a big question here, depending on where they spot the ball, and yes, he did. A rush of exactly 9, as that was right on the line to gain. So right now, 2 rushes for 8+ yards for Bonner Springs out of their 4 attempts. Pretty solid pickups. In the gun now for Guerra, different formation as he goes to his right with the speed option. Flips it to his back, and he'll be brought down quickly. That was Smith on the carry. Pickup of 5. So 2nd and 5 now coming up for Bonner Springs, as they continue to run this clock. Almost 3 minutes gone already. Donald goes in motion. They flip it to him. Cuts upfield, gets past a couple linebackers, and into the secondary for a pickup of 12. Gave him 11 there on the gain. 1st and 10 now in Louisburg territory from the 49. Once again under center for Guerra. Screen pass over to Donald. Breaks inside and then back to the outs. And that'll be good for 6 on, call it a reception. I think it was out in front of him. We'll call it a reception. They looked like they were about parallel on the field plane, so probably good to call that a pass and a catch. 2nd and 4 now coming up, as that line to gain is just across the 40 at the 39 in Louisburg territory. Drops the snap and holds on to it. Just has to drop straight down on it. That'll be a loss of about half a yard, 1 1/2. Brings up 3rd and 5 now. So the longest longest third down conversion was the 9-yarder. Now another 3rd and about medium here for Bonner Springs, but their average has certainly been 5+ as they hand it off. Jet sweep to the right. Gets out of bounds. About a yard past the line of scrimmage. That rush was by Fungasha. And now 4th and 4 coming up. So the fumbled snap not only nulls the play that it happened on, but then pretty much a full push on the next play as well. Loss of 2 downs when you look at it that way. Guerra throws to his left, and it's broken up. On the breakup was, I can't quite catch the number. I think it was Bryce Thompson, the linebacker, breaking up the pass. It looks like it was intended for Fungasha. And now turnover on downs as Louisburg will take over on their own 43. So let's see what Ameren and the offense can do on their week 4 start. Fumbled the snap. Thompson tries to get on it, but this one's probably going in favor of Bonner. And it is. I said fumbled the snap. He fumbled the transition handoff. Ameren on the wild snap had to reach for it and then went across body. Thompson knocked it out of his hands, and that one went straight into the defense's possession. Already a lost fumble on the stat sheet. Here's a flea flicker, deep ball, caught. McConico inside of the 25. But there's going to be a flag in the backfield. This one probably coming back. More than likely holding is what we're going to be seeing here. Either that or a pass interference because there was a blocker. And it looks like it will be holding. So big pickup of 22 yards by Bonner Springs, and now they'll need that just for the first down. Some punishing plays by both teams early on in this matchup. Clock now inside of 6:30. Play clock at 5. Guerra, snap under center. Speed option, gets brought down but flips it in time, and it'll be a loss of 1 on the play. Smith tried to make it back to the line of scrimmage, could not quite. So 2nd and 21 now from their own 44. And right now I feel like you got to be thinking big pickup here or count your losses. Either get inside the sticks for a 3rd and medium, or you're just going to try and shorten up that punt more than likely. They flip it to Donnell, who gets across the 45 for a gain of what looks to be 2. So 3rd and 19 now for Bonner Springs. Braves having some trouble here now on this drive. Saw a really efficient run game to start it off. Louisburg has since adapted pretty well, and that man coverage proved effective on the pass play as well. So here's Garrett dropping back, going deep, and it's caught by Donnell. Inside of the 30 for a first down. They'll mark him at the 35. Or excuse me, at the 25. $29-yard pickup by Donnell on the reception. And for a team that's only put together 1 touchdown this season, these Braves are certainly marching down the field right now. Handoff up the middle goes to Smith, and he'll be brought down after picking up 4. Inside of the 4-minute mark here in the first quarter. Only seen 2 changes in possession, as opposed to last week saw 4 in the first quarter. Guerra under center, hands it off up the middle, and he'll be swarmed at the line, gain of 1. Smith on the carry. 3rd and 5 coming up for the Braves. Taking their time here on offense. Really good clock management here early on. Bonner Springs having the possession for almost the entirety of the first quarter so far. Guerra went back to pass, and he gets dropped in the backfield. My goodness. It looked like he was going to try and throw it away, but just didn't have an eligible receiver, didn't want to give up the extra 15, and just goes down with it. Tackled by 3 Wildcats for a loss of 6. Now 4th and 11 coming up, and when you're this deep in opposing territory, it feels like a must go for it, even though you've got this 4th and long coming up. Really, the punishment isn't that big. You're giving them the ball back essentially with a touchback. Key word here for Louisburg is there's going to be more than likely a deep pass, and they're going to want to swat it down and not intercept it. Go ahead and take a break here as their first call timeout by Bonner Springs. We'll be right back on Louisburg Sports Live.
The Fun 99 menu. Always $1.99 each.
A message from the Sonic Department of Research and Deliciousment.
Did you know your new favorite burger has hand-smashed patties made to order, hot and melty cheese, and a tangy sauce? How rude of me. Let me introduce you. The all-new Sonic Smasher. Live free, eat Sonic.
For 50 years, Elliott Group has been your local insurance partner. With 5 convenient locations, Elliott Group is big enough to offer the best carriers, but small enough to know your name and your insurance needs. Elliott Group is more than just insurance. They're a part of each community they serve, with a wide variety of insurance solutions to help your unique challenges. Elliott Group, where they're there for you today and for years to come. Visit them at any of their 5.
1:53 on the clock after Bonner Springs calls their first timeout. Guerra drops back to pass and is brought down in the backfield. A big-time sack by Johnny Hendrickson. Brought down at the 35-yard line. That'll be a loss of 9 on the turnover. And that's huge. You give your offense essentially 9 bonus yards on that play as opposed to an incompletion turnover. Hendrickson getting some work done on defense. Amron hands it off. It'll be McGreer up the middle. Getting 6 yards very quickly. McGreer is really slotted in as a great running back and a great compliment to Thompson this season. Thompson kind of playing that bigger body role, bit of a more muscular build. He's going to be punching gaps a little bit harder and honestly playing that fullback position as we see him line up right now. McGreer definitely the outside back and the receiving back as well as we analyze both of those and their comparison. Another big pickup. This one goes for 10 in the hands of McGreer. 1st and 10 from the opposing 49. And what a benefit it is to have that shortened field be starting your drive on the 35 as opposed to the 25. Big time difference, and we've got another timeout by Bonner Springs. The Braves want their second. We'll stay here for this one. As there's only 45 seconds remaining in the first quarter. But a very interesting start to this game. And I feel like interesting might even be an understatement as it stands, seeing that these Bonner Springs look so dominant right now offensively, and then they just have one set of downs that just crumbles for them. I mean, they just pick up first down, and then it's sack, holding, sack, and all of a sudden turnover on downs. You give the ball to the opponent on the 35. Louisburg starting to get a little bit of that dominant force going here on this possession. And they fumble again. Amron picks it up quickly. Dips out to his right and loses a yard on the play. Ball security proves its value once more. Amron fumbles the snap. I don't know if that was on the center or Amron himself, but certainly some miscues showing here early on. Amron takes a snap under center, hands it off to McGreer. Catches a couple blocks, dodges some tackles, and picks up some nice yardage. Call it 8 on the play. 3rd and 3 coming up. And that will be the end of the first quarter. Score right now is 0 for both. As we take a break here on Louisburg Sports Live, we'll be right back with the second quarter.
First Auction Bank, community banking at its best. Member FDIC, equal housing.
"12 minutes remaining in this first half as we enter the second quarter of action. Louisburg with the ball here on the 43. They'll flip it to McGreer as he dashes to the outside and picks up 3 on the carry. 4th and 1 now coming up for Louisburg. We haven't seen a situation like this for the Wildcats in quite some time. We'll see if they've put together something special here for this 4th and 1 on the 40-yard line. You'd hate to give it back to Bonner with such a short field. And he gets stuffed at the line of scrimmage. They're not going to give him a yard. And he certainly got across the 40. Wow. A shocking spot. Now, I'll admit, I don't know if he got to the line to gain, but he certainly got across the 40. They really didn't give him any kind of benefit there. So Bonner Springs takes over on the 40-yard line on their side of the field. They flip it to Donnell. Outside carry, picks up 1. So now 2nd and 9 coming up for Bonner Springs. The Braves' run attack has deteriorated very quickly. And it continues to do so, as that was once again only a gain of 1. 3rd and 8 coming up for the Braves. Third and 8 coming up. And I wonder if this is punt territory for the Braves, if this comes down to a 4th and pretty long. Guerra drops back, rolls to his right and fires. It will be incomplete. Intended target was Fungasha. And on the lockdown was Cole Heinrich. So a couple substitutions is telling me punt team coming on here for Bonner Springs. And that's exactly what it is. Back deep to return. I believe that's Cole Lands. Back deep to return the punt. Sending it away. Guerra, the quarterback, gets a nice boot on it. Lands, takes a hit, but stays on his feet inside of the 20. And they'll mark him down at the 17. So 1st and 10 with a long field here for Louisburg. With 25 yards in the bank right now. Not much to talk about for this offense. You'd like to see him get rolling here pretty soon. Amarin's going to roll to his left. Flips it to Thompson. Thompson upfield. Gets brought down across the 20. Good for a gain of 4. 2nd and 6 coming up. Amarin in the gun. Takes the snap, looks right, and then throws a screen to his left. It's caught. And they'll say he was stopped about a yard across the line to gain at the 29. Now on the 38-yard line. With a new set of downs. Amarin motions out of the backfield. Vose takes off up the middle and picks up 9. Run game starting to come together here for Louisburg. And brought down behind the line of scrimmage is Vose. Was adding up the rushing yards so far for these two teams. And that'll be a hefty loss. Now 3rd and medium. Amarin in the gun once more. 3 receivers. 2 on his right, 1 on his left. Rolls to his right. Dodges a tackle. Gets across the line to gain and out to the 39. So Louisburg picks up another first. New set of downs here right in front of the 40-yard line as they continue to chew away the clock. 6:30 remaining in this first half. Out to the outside is Getterman, and he's brought down behind the line of scrimmage for a loss of 1. Second and 11 coming up. They'll hand it off up the middle. Heinrich with the carry this time. And he gets a nice pickup of what looks to be 10.
Carried by Cole Heinrich. Gain of 10 yards. We're going 3rd down and 1.
So 3rd and 1 now. Big pickup by Heinrich on his first carry of the night. Step into that backfield and just kind of dash his way just shy of that line to gain. 3rd and 1 coming up. Don't want it to come down to another 4th. Ameren sees a gap, punches, and gets forward for a pickup of 7. First down once again for Louisburg as they keep it with a nice tempo here. Not going too fast, not going too slow. Not in any risk of sacrificing the play clock. Ameren, screen pass out to his right. It's Vose, breaks a tackle, gets his way upfield and inside of the 30. Marked down at the 28. Good for a first down.
Completion's good for a gain of 19 yards. And for Louisburg, first down.
And a great play by Vose. You saw him get brought down behind the line of scrimmage earlier with that loss of 3. This time on the screen, ends up taking it up for 19 yards all the way into opposing territory. Ameren drops back, fires to his tight end. It's complete. And it'll be good for a gain of 4. On the reception was Gavin Manson.
Tackle made by James McConaughey. Good for a gain of 4 yards. Bring up second down and 6.
2nd and 6 now as the air raid starts to come alive here for Louisburg. I say that. It's been a lot of short passes with a lot of yards after the catch. This team's starting to come together, figuring out that play calling, letting their playmakers make plays. And we've got a whistle blown as the Braves want to take their final timeout. So we'll take a break with them. We'll be right back.
First Auction Bank, community banking at its best. Member.
Back from the break, Bonner Springs 0 timeouts as we are just outside of 4 minutes remaining in this first half. It's been a quick one. A lot of run plays and not too many turnovers. 5 changes in possession in the first half alone. Only 1 here in this second quarter. Vose out to his left, finds space, gets past another, and he's in for the touchdown. 24-yard carry by Blaze Vose. What a score. This offense really starting to come alive here late in the first half. And playing against a team who has not been great on defense this season. You would have expected it maybe a little earlier, but with 3:15 remaining, or 3:58, excuse me, that play only 9 seconds. A big drive by Louisburg, spanning 83 yards on that drive, that touchdown drive alone, and taking up a strong majority of that second quarter. Leading by 7 now. Thought that it was going to be a little bit more of a methodical push there towards the final 25 yards. Haven't seen Louisburg be super proficient in the red zone, at least with a play like that this season very much. They certainly have had success getting down into that red zone, but we haven't seen a lot of plays with that kind of look to them this season for Louisburg, and that's a way to get yourself ready to go into halftime with a lead and prepare to receive the ball as well. Vose sends it deep. Donald hits off his head. And I feel like he was out of the end zone for that. But perhaps I'm incorrect on my rule analysis. I'll have to look into that one. I don't know exactly how that works on kickoff returns. That hit off of a player and then bounce into the end zone. Maybe it doesn't affect it. Gotta catch up on my Keisha high school football rules. So here we go, 3:58, and that kind of puts Bonner a little bit in a crunch time position where if you're wanting to go down and score, some pass plays might be necessary out of this team, and that means stopping the clock and a couple mistakes along with it. Guerra tries to dip out to his right, only picks up 2 on the play. So 2nd and 8 coming up for Bonner as they continue to be a little ineffective as opposed to that first drive. First drive, you opened up with an 8-yard rush, 4-yard rush, and then 4 out of the 5 opening rushes were 4+ yards. You were over that 3.3 average, and only one of them was 1 yard, and then you picked up 9 right after. So that average was super high for him on that first possession, and then eventually going for 11 yards, and then a fumble. That fumble on the snap where they had to drop on it was really a killer, as we see a 4-yard pickup there. 3rd and 4, coming up for the Braves as they go with a 3-receiver set. Donald in the slot. And Guerra will drop back to pass, rolling to his left. And he'll go cross-body, airing it out, and almost intercepted on the breakup was Gage Feldkamp. Making a play out there, and that'll bring up 4th and medium. Bonner Springs sending out the punt team now. And that was great coverage by Feldkamp. He attacked the ball at the perfect time, didn't create any early contact, had to get up high for it, ended up honestly getting over the head of the intended target and made a nice play out of it on defense. Just over 2 minutes remaining as this punt will trickle out of bounds at about the 40. And that's where they will start their drive. And not a bad decision to punt for the Braves. The only thing is, Louisburg, all 3 timeouts, 2:12 remaining, but you couldn't give it back to them with only 30 or so yards to go. That would be almost automatic. And they're going to go with a 5-wide set. Send a man in motion. Getterman gets the screen pass behind the line of scrimmage. Gets across the 50 and to the opposite 40. Was he down before he dropped the ball? The ball came out there at the end. but I believe he went down, and the ground is what knocked it out.
First and 10 from the 40-yard line.
So a 20-yard reception for Getterman, as they'll make a substitution. Getterman coming out for Lands. And official timeout as Lands is sent back to the sideline. So McGreer comes in the slot. Another 5-wide formation here as Ameren drops back. Takes the slant, and it's broken up. Donnell got in on that play and almost took it away for himself. Lincoln Nielsen was the intended target. A scary pass there for Louisburg. Not that Bonner would really have that great of a chance of scoring based on their offensive performance as of late. But you just feel like you'd have been giving up 6 points. He has to check it down to McGreer. McGreer gets inside of the 35, and he'll be marked down at the 34 for a pickup of 6. And Louisburg will take their first of 3 timeouts with 1:20 remaining. Expect them to work the sidelines a little bit going forward in this possession, as the Braves, I'm sure this huddle is certainly just build a wall. Do not let them in the end zone. By any means necessary, do not let them in the end zone. You're down 2 possessions going into halftime. It is such a difficult task to recover from such a deficit. We've seen it previously from Louisburg, and they have not been able to make up the ground. One possession is certainly doable, especially when you're giving the ball to Louisburg to start the second half. You go down 2 possessions, and they get the ball to start. You feel like you're down 3 at that point. It's a big mental battle through this portion of the game. Ameren fakes the pass. And that's not Ameren. Take it back. That was Heinrich. Heinrich was the one to take it up the middle for a gain of 5, picking up the first as the clock continues. This one will be snapped inside of 60 seconds, 59 and counting. Getterman motion to the right. Ameren back in the game. And we've got a flag. More than likely a false start on Louisburg.
Illegal snap on the center. 5-yard penalty will bring up first down at 15.
So now backed up 5, 1st and 15 inside of the 35. Ameren pulls the trigger and can't find a receiver. That was over the head of Soto and way out of reach of Manson for the incompletion. Not even really a D-back around to defend it. Must have been a miscommunication on routes and the play call. I think he intended for Manson to be there or Soto to go out on an out. Ameren drops back once more and tries to pass it. It's blocked. He was sacked on the play, or he was hit on the play. Ball pops up, and they'll say it went forward for an incompletion. So 3rd and 15 now coming up. A nice break for Louisburg, as that fumble may have been a bit costly. Third and 15. Amron looks to his right, fires, and it's caught by Manson. Back inside of the sticks at about the 28-yard line. Good for a pickup of 6 yards. Manson with a big catch, having to extend his entire body to get to it. Reels it in for the completion just inside of 30 seconds remaining. And right now you're thinking convert first, get in the red zone, and then you've got a couple of tries here for a touchdown going into half. Have your timeout. Suspect if they do pick up the first with 25 seconds remaining, you're looking at about 17 seconds. And that gives you plenty of time on this next set of downs to execute a play on virtually every down if you're throwing it as fast as you have been. Now, the thing is, you do not want to throw it short of the end zone on first down, in my opinion. You can't afford it. But right now, 4th and long, 9 yards to go. He throws deep for his receiver, and it's caught inside of the 5. He works forward. Did he get in? He did. Touchdown, Louisburg. Number 80.
28-yard pass complete to Braxton Eastland for a Louisburg touchdown.
One, Braxton Eastland on the touchdown reception for a 28-yard receiving touchdown. And here's the PAT to make it another, and they do.
With 17 seconds remaining, your score is Louisburg 14, Bonner Springs 0.
17 seconds remaining. As Bonner Springs will get the ball down 2 possessions. And that is nightmare scenario here for Bonner. I mean, this is not how you would have drawn it up. Totaling out that drive at a 20-yard reception, 2 6-yard receptions. $60 receiving yards and 5 rushing yards. Good for a 60-yard drive. The 5 rush came from the penalty yardage. But a 60-yard touchdown drive executed on 8 plays. Pretty efficient. Averaging well over 6 yards per play as Vose gets ready to send it deep. And if you're Bonner Springs, I feel like you're drawing up a kick return here, right? And they're going to let it go. That was in the direction of McConico, but he will not take it out. So they will start on the 20 with 17 seconds to go for Bonner Springs. No timeouts. So you're not thinking a chip shot here. It's pretty much all or nothing on this play. Unless you work the outside or they take a knee. Are they going to run the ball? They are. They go to the outside with Donald. Donald darts upfield, finds space. Oh my goodness. In pursuit. Will they catch him? They do. Is he brought down in bounds? No, he's not. He made it out of bounds. Oh my goodness, what a run by Donald. All the way inside of the 5. And big accolades for that run. Wow, that was impressive, to say the least. A new life here for Bonner Springs. And like I said, you go into half only down 1 possession, especially with the momentum rolling off of this. I so didn't expect a run play. And I think that's why it worked so well. I don't think the Wildcats did either. As Donald, I believe, is probably pretty gassed. He may not be too hurt, but he's certainly pretty exhausted. As this ball is placed on the 2-yard line with 2 seconds, it's all or nothing right here. Almost an 80-yard carry. 78-yard rush. For Prince Davin Donald. And fortunate break here too, as Bonner Springs will get to huddle up and call a play with their injured player. They got out of bounds. Had he been inbounds, it would have been a runoff. But here we go. 2 yards to the end zone. Louisburg, big play here. Keeps you up 14 going into half. The pass almost intercepted, but it's incomplete. And that leaves the scoreboard empty for the Braves going into halftime. So with that being said, we will head into halftime. 14-0 is the score between the Braves and the Wildcats. Stay tuned on Louisburg Sports Live. We'll be right back.
Vose Pharmacy is Louisburg's true hometown pharmacy. Pharmacist Kevin Vose and his team are proud to be part of the Louisburg community, and your health is their top priority. And now with Test to Treat, Vose can provide strep and flu testing and treatment all in one by appointment. Vose continues to be your stop for everyday health essentials and all of your prescription needs. Vose Pharmacy, Louisburg's pharmacy, and proud to support the Wildcats. Call 913-533-7575 or visit VosePharmacy.com.
Auction Bank community banking at its best. Member FDIC, equal housing lender.
The Fun 99 menu, always $1.99 each.
A message from the Sonic Department of Research and Deliciousment.
Did you know your new favorite burger has hand-smashed patties made to order, hot and melty cheese, and a tangy sauce? How rude of me. Let me introduce you. The all-new Sonic Smasher. Live free, eat Sonic.
Hey, call insurance agent.
Insurance agent not found in contact.
Call insurance company.
Insurance company is currently closed. Please call back during business hours. For directions, press 1. For billing, press 2.
Sometimes humans are just more helpful.
Don't worry, we're going to get this taken care of.
Farm Bureau Financial Services. It's your future. Let's protect it.
Contact Farm Bureau agent TJ Solander in Louisburg at 913-837-3237.
Explore, imagine, and connect at the Louisburg Library in downtown Louisburg. Serving the community since 1968, the Louisburg Library has everything you're looking for. Whether you're into bestsellers, mystery, sci-fi, action, romance, or graphic novels, there's a story for everyone. Take advantage of their programs for kids and adults like book boxes, book clubs, winter read, summer bash, computer coding camps, and so much more. Stop by and meet their friendly staff 7 days a week and learn more at louisburglibrary.org.
For the halftime show, I'm Drake Miller. If you're just tuning in, you've missed a very interesting first half. First quarter, nil. Nothing to show of it. 0-0 between these two teams as we witness Bonner Springs homecoming. I want to give a big shout out to all the candidates out here. Congratulations. But looking at this football game, like I said, very interesting. First quarter, I gave the advantage to Bonner Springs 100%. And the reason for that was they looked really strong to start off this game. They opened up with a couple of big plays, some averaging well over 6 yards per carry to start the game, and that was certainly more than enough than they needed to get down the field. Well, I kind of said it in their first two drives. It looked like they were really strong on every play except for one set of downs. And one set of downs, you had one mistake that really ruined it. And I think, honestly, we've seen this out of Louisburg in the first 3 weeks where you get down the field, you get inside of that red zone. That's something I kind of talked about in the last 3 weeks and the games that were played. But when you get down the field and you just have one mistake that really just ruins not only that set of downs, but the entire drive itself, it's so tough to mentally recover from that. And I think Bonner Springs is witnessing this right now as their first drive. They opened up with 39 rushing yards and 6 receiving. They got across the 50 and then couldn't get any farther and had to turn it over on downs. Louisburg, though, did not open up strong. They had a fumble loss on the first play from the offensive line, or from an offensive snap, and then 25 rush yards on a turnover on downs to start their 2 first possessions. Not great. Didn't show much of it, and that was the first quarter. 25 total yards out of Louisburg in the first quarter, and that was not looking great. Well, whatever was said between in the sideline for that team definitely lit a spark, because every drive after that has been a touchdown drive. We had 2 in the second quarter, and that was a 83-yard drive along with a 60-yard touchdown drive. Both touchdown drives, and very long and drawn out. They took up almost the entirety of the second quarter. They took up 9 minutes of the second quarter in that first drive alone, and then scored their 60-yard drive in 2 or 3, and that was with 3 timeouts. So definitely keeping control of the ball. Made a great defensive play there at the end of the half to stop the pass and keep it a 2-possession game, and you get the ball to start half. This is looking very much in Louisburg's favor. This is the first time that they have entered halftime with a lead this season, and not only that, but with a 14-point lead. And if you want to build a successful program, this is a time where you cannot give up this lead. This has to be written down as a win, or this season really starts to look really drowsy. Bonner Springs, on the other hand, for them to win, they're going to need to channel whatever was going on in that first drive and that second drive. Whatever they had going for them on the run game and the limited pass game, they need to channel whatever that energy was and start attacking it again. Louisburg's defense has certainly adapted. That man defense is unbreakable right now, and it's looking really, really strong. Bonner Springs has to find a way to punch through. With that being said, we'll go ahead and take our second break here during the halftime show. We'll be right back with stats and the rest of the game analysis.
honey.
Hi, Grandma. I'm really sorry. I won't be able to make it today. I have way too much homework, and you don't have enough internet.
Oh, honey, I gotta go. I gotta go. Oh, I need more internet in my house.
Well, you could have just called, right?
Oh.
Call Go Brawley today.
Maximize your athletic potential with Louisburg Chiropractic. Athletes of all ages and skill levels can improve with the help of Dr. Jake Polzin at Louisburg Chiropractic Center. Shorter recovery times, increased range of motion, and flexibility are just a few of the benefits. Everyone can benefit from chiropractic care, from the pros to gym rats, rec golfers to high school athletes. Let Louisburg Chiropractic Center improve your performance. Call now, 913-837-2910. Since their doors first opened in 1920, First National Bank has been committed to local decision-making and long-term relationships. Locally owned and managed, First National Bank is there to guide you through all your firsts. First checking or savings account, first loan, first business groundbreaking, or your first home. A variety of banking services, expert guidance, and an emphasis on putting you first. First National Bank in Louisburg, 1201 West Amity, 913-837-5191. Equal housing lender, member FDIC. For 50 years, Elliott Group has been your local insurance partner. With 5 convenient locations, Elliott Group is big enough to offer the best carriers, but small enough to know your name and your insurance needs. Elliott Group is more than just insurance. They're a part of each community they serve, with a wide variety of insurance solutions to help your unique challenges. Elliott Group, where they're there for you today and for years to come. Visit them at any of their 5 locations or at ElliottInsuranceGroup.com.
Hi, I'm Katie Casey, and I'm honored to be a third-generation realtor in our Crown Realty family. My dad and grandparents started Crown Realty in 1973, and since then we have grown to become one of the largest brokerages in the Midwest. We now have 8 office locations and over 150 agents covering about 20 counties across Kansas and Missouri. Reach out to us today to experience the Crown Realty difference, where we are committed to treating our agents like family and our clients like royalty.
Iron Horse Family and Cosmetic Dentistry and Dr. Laura's Orthodontics are committed to providing quality health care for area families. With comprehensive solutions, Iron Horse Dental and Dr. Laura's Orthodontics will listen and take the time to truly understand your needs, goals, and lifestyle. State-of-the-art equipment, techniques, and facilities combined with a new approach to oral care. That's what you get with Iron Horse Family and Cosmetic Dentistry and Dr. Laura's Orthodontics. To learn more, visit them online at drlaurasortho.com or ironhorsedental.com.
Right now, the dispersion in yards is not that great, or it's not that wide. 94 rushing yards, 83 receiving for Louisburg High, putting together a total of 177 on the game. Bonner Springs, on the other hand, 166 is their number, only 11 yards short, but it's because the times where Louisburg has made successful drives, they've been successful. They've made it to the end zone, and the times that they have not been successful, it has been almost immediate that they turned the ball over, and their longest drive that wasn't a touchdown drive was 25 yards. And then you look at Bonner Springs, you had every drive you picked up quite a few yards, and then that big boost towards the end with that 78-yard carry by Donald was certainly a nice add-on to the yardage. But overall, a nice start for both of these teams. We'll see what they are able to manage going forward into this second half. We're going to go ahead and take one more break here on Louisburg Sports Live, and we'll be right back before the second half kickoff.
Whether you're trying to make the most of the next harvest, navigating a changing business landscape, or planning for the next chapter in your life, The professionals at Prime Accounting Solutions are here to help. With 10 locations, Prime Accounting offers convenient, friendly accounting and tax services at a fair price. Payroll, bookkeeping, business planning, personal tax filing, and more. And now Prime is the place to go for insurance. Wildcat fans can find us at 1262 West Amity in Louisburg or 913-837-42.
Building a life is different for everyone because everyone is different. That's why State Farm is there.
Contact Buddy Shaw in Louisburg for a quote today.
For more than 20 years, Gherkin Rental has been the place to go to get the job done in eastern Kansas and western Missouri. With a huge selection of quality equipment, from roll-offs to trailers, telehandlers to generators, power washers to popcorn makers. Experienced equipment professionals and clean, well-maintained tools to help you get the job done right the first time. Gherkin Rental. Stop by any of their 13 locations across the KC Metro or call 855-GHERKINS. That's 855-437-5367.
Hi, I'm Dr. Aaron Stowe with Wildcat Veterinary Clinic. Come see us at our newly remodeled facility across from the stadium. We're proud to be your hometown vets who know and care about your family. We provide cutting-edge diagnostic services and specialty care that includes surgery, chiropractic, and reproductive services. With 24-hour emergency services, a team of 13 veterinarians, and 3 other locations in Paola, Drexel, and Martin City, our commitment to this community makes Wildcat Vet Clinic the vets you can trust.
At Fort Scott Community College, we understand that a scary part of figuring out your future isn't only answering the question, what should I do, but where do I belong? Maybe you belong here, studying animal science or learning about farm and ranch management. Maybe you belong here as part of Helms Hoops on the hardwood. I don't know where you've been or where you're headed, but I know we're saving a spot for you because you belong at Fort Scott Community College.
Looking for the perfect getaway? At Destination Fun Travel, we bring the world to you. From turquoise Caribbean beaches to European river cruises and beyond. Destination Fun Travel is an award-winning travel agency specializing in creating unforgettable vacations. All-inclusive resorts, luxury villas, group trips, or custom vacation packages. Let us turn your dream vacation into reality, because with us, the journey is just as exciting as the destination.
Back on for the halftime show. Going into the second half, it's going to be pretty interesting for both of these teams. As I see it this way, for Louisburg, I think you're wanting to pretty much lay the hammer. Like, no, do not take your foot off the gas. Go full steam ahead. Do not leave it up to your defense. You want your offense scoring every single possession and get yourself out of here with a guaranteed win going into the fourth quarter. I think that's exactly what you should be motivated to do at this point. You know, you start off your season 0-3. A couple of those games could have gone in different directions, had one possession gone differently, or maybe even one play gone differently. You know, when you think about it like that, your season is kind of on the line here. Do not let it come down to one play or one possession difference. For Bonner Springs, though, you've got a big task, and that would be pretty much the exact opposite, and to hold Louisburg scoreless in the second half. I would assume Bonner Springs is going to get 4 possessions, maybe 5 if they're lucky. And if that's the case, you can let up 1 touchdown. If that's not but you can't bank on that. 4 possessions is pretty well the guaranteed, especially with Louisburg and potentially chewing off some clock on some of their possessions, some of their lengthy possessions. You're looking at 4 possessions, which is just enough to surpass that 14-point lead if you mess up on 1. And you don't have a lot of room to work with. You've got to have a pretty near flawless second half if you're the Braves and you want to pull off a win here at home on homecoming against the Louisburg Wildcats. We'll go ahead and send it to one more break. We'll be right back before the second half kickoff.
Whether you're trying to make the most of the next harvest, navigating a changing business landscape, or planning for the next chapter in your life, the professionals at Prime Accounting Solutions are here to help. With 10 locations, Prime Accounting offers convenient, friendly accounting and tax services at a fair price. Payroll, bookkeeping, business planning, personal tax filing, and more. And now Prime is the place to go for insurance. Wildcat fans can find us at 1262 West Amity in Louisburg or 913-837-4230. To find a location near you, go to primeaccounting.net.
Building a life is different for everyone because everyone is different. That's why State Farm is there.
Contact Buddy Shaw in Louisburg for a quote today.
For more than 20 years, Gherkin Rental has been the place to go to get the job done in eastern Kansas and western Missouri. With a huge selection of quality equipment, from roll-offs to trailers, telehandlers to generators, power washers to popcorn makers. Experienced equipment professionals and clean, well-maintained tools to help you get the job done right the first time. Gherkin Rental. Stop by any of their 13 locations across the KC Metro or call 855-GHERKINS. That's 855-437-5367.
Hi, I'm Dr. Aaron Stowe with Wildcat Veterinary Clinic. Come see us at our newly remodeled facility across from the stadium. We're proud to be your hometown vets who know and care about your family. We provide cutting-edge diagnostic services and specialty care that includes surgery, chiropractic, and reproductive services. With 24-hour emergency services, a team of 13 veterinarians, and 3 other locations in Paola, Drexel, and Martin City, our commitment to this community makes Wildcat Vet Clinic the vets you can trust.
At Fort Scott Community College, we understand that a scary part of figuring out your future isn't only answering the question, what should I do, but where do I belong? Maybe you belong here, studying animal science or learning about farm and ranch management. Maybe you belong here as part of Helms Hoops on the hardwood. I don't know where you've been or where you're headed, but I know we're saving a spot for you because you belong at Fort Scott Community College.
Looking for the perfect getaway? At Destination Fun Travel, we bring the world to you. From turquoise Caribbean beaches to European river cruises and beyond. Destination Fun Travel is an award-winning travel agency specializing in creating unforgettable vacations. All-inclusive resorts, luxury villas, group trips, or custom vacation packages. Let us turn your dream vacation into reality, because with us, the journey is just as exciting as the destination.
Just a couple minutes from the second half kickoff as both of these teams start to warm up on their respective sides. We talked about the stats. 131 rush, 35 receiving for Bonner Springs, 94 rush, 83 receiving for Louisburg. A nice balanced offense for Louisburg. We said we wanted to see the rush game, or I said I wanted to see the rush game get a little more involved, and it certainly has. And the air game late in the second quarter certainly had its perks as well. They showed a lot of success on both sides of the ball. Defensively, you put up 0 on the board, you're going to win that ball game. You keep that scoreboard at 0 for Bonner Springs, and there's no doubt in my mind you're going to win every ball game that you leave 0 for your opposing score. I mean, with the way that Louisburg has played, I don't see them getting shut out by any team anytime soon. But it has been an interesting first half. Looking forward to an interesting second half as the Wildcats lead by 2 possessions, and will actually be receiving the second half kick as well, which is a huge factor for Bonner Springs that you got to play into. To start the momentum for the Braves, they're going to want pretty much a 3-and-out and to take over immediately and score. Louisburg, if you can even extend this possession and put Bonner Springs, I would say, inside of their own 40 even, if you can extend the possession and leave them inside of their own 40, like on a turnover on downs or whatnot, pick up 3 first downs, that's a successful possession all night for the rest of the night. Now, is that the goal? No. Like I said during halftime, I think Louisburg should be thinking, let's lay the foot on the gas and let's just steamroll these guys and get home. And take our first win of the season. Start on your route back to 500. But certainly what is successful is a lengthy possession. Give your defense some time to evaluate, see the field a little bit, and then come on and get a couple of stops. But give them some distance, too. You don't want to turn it over early. An early turnover in your own territory, that's sharky waters. You've just chummed the waters for Bonner Springs, and they're going to be coming out for blood if that's the case. This game is all about momentum and mindset going forward. One touchdown could be all it takes for Louisburg to really put the nail in the coffin tonight. Bonner Springs, on the other hand, it could just take one big play. Pick six, fumble recovery, forced turnover of any kind, or an early turnover on downs in Louisburg territory. Getting ready to send it away for his first time tonight is the kicker, Dominic Aguirre. Aguirre, also a competitor for the Bonner Springs soccer team. Boys soccer team that's competing this fall. They played against Louisburg. Louisburg ended up taking that victory a couple weeks back. And here's Aguirre. The boot is caught at about the 6-yard line, and he'll take off. It's Matthias Wright who brings it out past the 35 and will be marked down at what looks to be the 37. Under center is Ameren. Takes a snap and hands it off. Up the middle, and it will be shut down just past the line of scrimmage, but still moving. Be a 1-yard pickup for McGreer. So a 1-yard pickup for McGreer, who was very efficient on the ground in the first half. Ameren, once again under center. He flips it to McGreer this time, and almost brought down behind the line of scrimmage, and he fights his way forward. No gain on the play, but almost a loss of 2 if McGreer didn't throw him off of him. Big broken tackle to try and keep the momentum neutral here starting off in this second half. And some big defensive plays by Bonner Springs, shutting down this Louisburg offense early. Keeping them to 2 yards on 2 plays. Ameren in the gun now. It'll be ace formation for the Wildcats. Drops back to pass. Has some time. Flag comes out. And he will back up. He'll drop the ball. Oh, my goodness. Jumping on it is McGreer. And he recovers it. But there is a flag early on. I think that's going to be holding, but that's certainly getting declined. And this was the early stop that Bonner Springs needed. Brings up 4th and extra long. minus 30. No, excuse me. 4th and 32. So minus 24 yards. On the fumbled sack. Punt. Punt makes it to the 45-yard line. And not the hot start that we expected out of Louisburg rolling into this second half, as Bonner Springs is going to get the ball on the opposing 45. And here we go, under center. Hands it off, and good for a pickup of 2. Guerra handed it off to Fungasha for the 2-yard pickup. This drive is all the momentum in the hands of the Braves right now. Louisburg gives up a big opportunity to put together a lengthy offensive drive and try and at least chew some clock and maybe put a couple points on the board, put some points on the board and put this game away. But now the Braves with a big-time chance. Donnell out to his left. Gets brought down at about the 40 for a pickup of 3. They'll give him 4 actually on the play, so 3rd and 4 coming up after the 4-yard pickup from Dono. Donald's clutching that hamstring, maybe feeling a little bit of that fatigue from earlier on the 78-yard carry. Out to his right is Smith, who tries to reach for the first down. Can't quite get there. Ends up about 2 short. 4th and 2 coming up for Bonner Springs. And another situation where the offense has a chance to carry on a nice drive. They're going to spread out the defense. It's a big mismatch here, 2-on-3. And they'll throw the screen. There's a flag on the play. But the pass does fall incomplete. What is the call here is the question. Illegal formation is declined. So now Louisburg takes over on their own 37. Start their second drive of the third quarter. Amron takes the snap. Speed option here as he flips it to Vose. Vose breaks upfield, breaks a tackle, stays in bounds, and is inside of the 35. Brought down at the 33 is where they'll mark it. Big time pickup of 30 yards by Blaze Vose. And that is exactly what you want. Get yourself in Bonner Springs territory. You've got all the control in the world. Just run the ball here, chew some clock, and then hopefully get down inside of the red zone and score a touchdown, put an extra 6 on the board. Ameren takes a snap, looks to his left. He fires deep. It's going to be contested, and it's intercepted. Soto. Big mismatch there as the interceptor was Dalton Caldwell, 6'2", 175. Soto not quite that tall and couldn't get over the head of Caldwell. So they will start on their 20. The Braves with another life here. And I suspected, with the pacing of the first half, I suspected that it would actually slow down and there wouldn't be as many exchanges of possession. Instead, we've gotten the exact opposite. Both of these teams going back and forth with real short possessions. No gain on the play there. 2nd and 10 coming up for the Braves. But like I was saying, you would think, try and expand on your possession, run the ball a little bit more. If you're Louisburg, especially in opposing territory, I just don't know how I feel about the big pass play, and maybe that was a bad read by Ameren as well, but just didn't feel like the right time for it after a big pickup on the ground. Here's a couple yards for the Braves. Smith on the carry, picks up 1. 3rd and 9 coming up for the Braves. Still down 14 with 78 yards to go to the end zone. Takes a snap. Guerra drops back, gets brought down. In on the sack was 73. Murphy Adams, I think, was the first to get to him. And that brings up 4th down, which is punt territory for Bonner Springs. Like I said, one score for Louisburg could mean the end of this game for Bonner. And this one's a dinky punt that will just trickle to the 43 on the Bonner Springs side. Not too much distance on that transaction. Four changes in possession between these two teams so far in this game. And once again, Louisburg faced with the situation where they're in opposing territory. They basically get to start their drive over here where they left off. Hand off to Vose. Vose dribbles a man and gets upfield. He breaks a couple more tackles and inside of the 25. What a stiff arm by Vose. Started on the 43 and gets all the way to the 25. 18 yards for Vose. Amron in the gun. Takes the snap. Speed option. He'll take it himself. Gets upfield and finds the C gap to pick up what looks to be 3 yards on the play. 2nd and 7 coming up. Explosive plays here in the second half by Blaise Vose. Already with 48 rushing yards in this half alone. He's the primary back in this situation as he takes off. Gives a good stiff arm. He's getting into the end zone. Touchdown, Louisburg. But there's going to be a flag in the backfield. Vose trying to get his 2nd touchdown of the day. Gets brought back by a holding. And that will move them back from the 23 to the 33 for a 2nd and 17. Vose certainly had enough distance to pick up a 17-yard first down. I mean, this guy is just giving stiff arms left and right. I don't see why you wouldn't give it to him if you're Louisburg. Amron in the gun. Takes the snap. Speed option to the left. And he flips it to Vose. It's fumbled. And it's recovered by Bonner Springs. Oh my goodness. The fumble was recovered by Bridges McConnell, the junior defensive back. That makes our 5th change in possession in the 3rd quarter alone. Ball will start on the 31. 1st and 10 for the Braves. 2:42 left in the 3rd quarter. And you'd think if you're the Braves, you got to score pretty early here. Rush out to the left by Ezekiel Gray. Will be good for only 2 yards. Heinrich was in on the play to make the tackle. Second and 8 coming up for the Braves as they keep with their formation. They fake the pitch. They'll go to the air game. It's to Gray again, and he cannot pull that one in. It's incomplete. Will, fortunately for the Braves, stop the clock at 1:49 as they're probably trying to preserve any amount of that time that they can. (14-0) Braves running out of opportunities. Still here in the 3rd quarter, though. You know, you've got probably at least 2 in the 4th as they hand it off to Fungasha, and he goes nowhere. Loss of 1 on the play. So 4th and 9, and they're going to bring out the punt team again. And I feel like that's, once again, it's the right call. It's very difficult if you're the Braves to go for something of this length when your average yards per play right now is very, very close to 0 with the negative plays. This punt very direct out to the right, and we'll check up at the 34. So a 3 and out. That's three possessions, back-to-back possessions with 3 and outs, but haven't picked up a first down for the Braves yet in the second half. Louisburg will start on the 34-yard line. 1st and 10 as Heinrich leads the backfield. Calls McGreer onto the field. He'll go in motion, looking for the screen pass, but here goes Heinrich. Up the middle, good for a pickup of about a dozen. As the clock winds inside of 60 seconds.
Gain of 12 yards, enough for a Louisburg first down. Bring up 1st and 10 from the 46-yard line.
So 1st and 10 from the 46, as this one with a first down could be the last play of the 3rd quarter. 5-wide formation. Send a man in motion, and Getterman was there for the screen pass. Heinrich couldn't get it off in time and slips for a loss of 5. And that will be it for the 3rd quarter. Clock winds down, and we will go ahead and take our break in between the 3rd and the 4th quarter. You're watching Louisburg Sports Live. Stay tuned, presented by Vose Pharmacy.
The Vose Real Estate Group at Keller Williams would like to wish all of our sporting teams success this season. If you're looking for real estate, feel free to contact us. If you're looking for buyer needs or seller needs, we're more than happy to help you with any of your transactions. Feel free to give us a call, 913-963-4076, or you can email us at dougbose@kw.com. We look forward to hearing from you, and go Cats.
Hers Incorporated in Spring Hill is your area's premier small engine repair shop. Before you replace that faulty trimmer or mower, let our experts get you back to work. And if you are in the market for a new handheld, we carry Maruyama and Red Max trimmer.
Back on for the 4th quarter of action. "12 minutes remain in this ball game." As they'll pump the clock there. A lot of short possessions here to start off this second half. 2nd and 13 was coming up as a flag enters the mess for the run up the middle. See what this call is. As the carry got Louisburg back inside of the sticks at about the 9-yard line. So they will replay 2nd down from the spot of that foul. That only brings them back a yard. So 2nd and 14 now coming up for Louisburg. Heinrich Fakes the handoff the wrong direction and darts to his left. Gets out of bounds just across the 50 as he'll be on the opposing 49. Eleven-yard carry for Heinrich. 3rd and 3 coming up. Third and 3 in the gun. Heinrich goes to his right, breaks upfield, and gets the first with an extra 2 on top. 5-yard carry by Heinrich. And they'll pick up a new set of downs. Clock inside of 11 minutes now, as Louisburg will probably just be looking to chew the clock for the remainder of this game. If you can pick up 2 more first downs, or even 1 more first down with a lengthy set here, this would be a very successful drive. Bring this inside of 8 minutes, and I'd say Louisburg is sitting pretty solid going into the rest of this game. Here goes Vose. Vose out of bounds at the 35. They'll mark him down at the 36. Good for an 8-yard carry. 2nd and 2 coming up from the 36-yard line, as that was where he went out. Clock does stop. Might be something that they hit on. Hey, keep it in bounds. We want to make sure we're using up as much clock as possible. Heinrich hands it off to Vose, up the middle. Breaks forward and inside of the 25 as he fights his way forward for 11 yards. Another big pickup by Vose. Vose averaging well over 10 yards a carry as it stands. Doing a dominant performance here in the second half especially. Heinrich under center. Takes the snap. Flips it to Vose. Vose gives another stiff arm. Here's another. And upfield for about a dozen yards. My goodness. This guy's looking borderline unstoppable out on every run he carries. And we will take a small break here as we've got an injured Wildcat. We'll go ahead and step aside for a minute. We'll be right back. After this break.
For 50 years, Elliott Group has been your local insurance partner. With 5 convenient locations, Elliott Group is big enough to offer the best carriers, but small enough to know your name and your insurance needs. Elliott Group is more than just insurance. They're a part of each community they serve, with a wide variety of insurance solutions to help your unique challenges. Elliott Group, where they're there for you today and for years to come. Visit them at any of their 5 locations or at ElliottInsuranceGroup.com. For more than 20 years.
First and 10 from the 14-yard line for the Wildcats. As we make it inside of 10 minutes remaining, Heinrich, gets lit up in the backfield. It looked like it may have been behind him, but my perspective's a little wonky here in the press box. Incomplete pass brings up 2nd and 10. Ameren hasn't seen a snap since the interception early on in this second half. Had a big fumble, sack fumble, whatever you want to call it, and along with an interception on back-to-back possessions. Heinrich hands it off to Vose. Breaks around the corner. Did he get inside? He did. Touchdown, Vose. Blaze Vose from 14 out. Brings it home. And extends the lead to 20. And here's the PAT from him as well. As it's good.
Extra point attempt is good.
PAT is good. We'll go ahead and step aside after that touchdown score and take a break. We'll be right back on Louisburg Sports Live, presented by Vose Pharmacy.
For more than 20 years, Gherkin Rental has been the place to go to get the job done in eastern Kansas and western Missouri. With a huge selection of quality equipment, from roll-offs to trailers, telehandlers to generators, power washers to popcorn makers. Experienced equipment professionals and clean, well-maintained tools to help you get the job done right the first time. Gherkin Rental. Stop by any of their 13 locations across the KC Metro or call 855-GHERKINS. That's 855-437-5360.
State coordinates of new land acquisition.
Oh, you know that big oak tree that got struck by lightning?
$73 yards, 73 rushing yards for a 66-yard touchdown drive. This one's booted into the end zone for a touchback. So starting on the 20-yard line for Bonner Springs. And if they want any kind of hope of winning this ball game, it's going to have to be touchdowns from here on out, and quick at that, which has been two things tonight they have not done very well, is getting down the field quickly and also getting into the end zone. Guerra takes a snap, fires deep. It looked like he didn't even look, and that one was only about a yard off. Intended receiver. Trying to find the number there. Looks like Dalton Caldwell was the intended receiver. That brings up 2nd and 10. And, you know, a lot of times you go to this air raid game late in a football game, and you think you got to pick up 15 yards, you know, and that may be true in some capacity, but you can throw it 5 and pick up 15 on the play with 10 yards after the catch. Make it a little easier on your receivers as well as your quarterback. As we see a flag here, this might be either PI or holding on the defense following the incompletion. And that, yeah. So a 10-yard holding call is going to give them a fresh set of downs on the 30-yard line, and kind of a new life here in this series. 8:50 on the clock remaining in this game. Guerra Oh, illegal formation big time. Had two guys in motion when that ball was snapped. And Donald will pick up about 9 yards, but that one's coming back. Illegal shift gets him for 5 yards.
Penalty will bring up first and 15.
First and 15 as the clock continues to wind here. Inside of 8:20, that was a 30-second transaction there. Big time loss for the Braves, and now they only pick up about a yard or so on that carry.
Carry by Kane Smith. Tuckerman with Braxton Keckler.
Might be one of the situations where if you're the Braves, you feel like the pass game just isn't really that viable. And the only way you're going to punch through is by running the ball. You just got to go a little quicker than the pace they're going at right now. There's no way you're scoring 3 touchdowns at this pace. They're going to go back to the air game. The pass is broken up. On the deflection was Gage Feldkamp. Was face guarding a little bit, and this Bonner Springs crowd not a big fan of the no call. That one falls incomplete. Brings up 3rd and 13 now for the Braves. I feel like there wasn't a ton of contact. It was more so it was just an obstructed catch through the helmet of Feldkamp. And here's Garrett, drops back and falls down on the 20-yard line, slips and falls. He'll be down on the 22. Yeah, that'll be a loss of 5. So this is 4th and 18, and this punt will be an act of concession. Braves know they're pretty well out of it at this point, and they're going to send it away to the 45 on the Louisburg side. And as we talk about kind of a summary of this game, really I feel like Vose is the big name tonight, certainly with 2 touchdowns and a great handful of carries that have been extremely successful. McGreer also kind of moving up in that chain of running backs with McGreer, Vose, and Thompson, as McGreer takes a carry for 3 yards. So 2nd and 7 coming up. But like I was saying, Vose with a great game tonight, averaging, like I said, well over 10 yards per carry after picking up some big boomers late or early in this second half. They're going to stick with McGreer here and pick up 2. Really, you're just looking to average about 3 or 4 yards per carry. If you're Louisburg, you're more so just trying to milk this clock and get out of here. You don't care as much about scoring as you do making sure Bonner Springs doesn't get to pick this ball up or pick it off and take it home for a 7-point transaction. Heinrich flips it. This is Matthias Wright, primarily a returner who takes it for a first down, 6-yard pickup. Right now, as it stands, and as crazy as this is going to sound, Bonner Springs is at 11 rushing yards on the half. And that looks like that's probably where they're going to end up at the end of this game, if not maybe 1 or 2 more, if they get a playoff. Here's another carry. Looked like McGreer. No, that was Wright with the 4-yard rush. But 11 yards as opposed to your first half of 131. Now, granted, you have to take into account there was that big 78-yard rush. But if you discount that, even then, subtract 78 yards, and you're down to 53. Here's another carry by Wright, this time only good for a yard or so. Just a big fall off, and I don't know if it's fatigue from the length of playing and the same guys carrying the ball over and over again for this Bonner Springs team, but also I think about Donnell going out. He hasn't seen much playing time in this second half, or at least as many reps. You know, he hasn't been carrying the ball. So certainly could be playing a factor as Matthias Wright motions out of the backfield. Here goes Heinrich out to his left. Did he pick up the first? He fumbles it. It will be the Braves' ball. And another lost fumble by Louisburg. And when you're in garbage time like this, that almost feels a little bit worse to give that ball up in garbage time with 3:16 remaining. But try not to think too much into it as the defense steps on the field. Bonner Springs will start on the 37. First and 10 under center, fakes the throw, then he goes deep. This one's picked. Oh, not quite. Matthias Wright almost had it, but there's a flag late on the play. I didn't see if Feldkamp collided with the intended receiver, McConico. It seems like he did. $15-yard plus for the Braves as they get across the 50 to the 48. And under center is Guerra. Flips it to Donnell. One of the few carries he's had in this second half. As we reach inside of 3 minutes, no timeouts being called. And like I said, that punt pretty much an act of concession by Bonner Springs. 2nd and 9 coming up from the 47 now. In the gun. Guerra scanning and takes off, uses his legs quick down the field and picks up 11 yards. So good for a first down. As Bonner Springs will call a timeout here with 2:08 remaining. So we'll go ahead and step aside with them. Be right back on Louisburg Sports Live, presented by Vose Pharmacy.
State coordinates of new land acquisition.
Oh, well, you know that big oak tree that got struck by lightning?
Negative.
The barn with the funny cow mural?
Negative.
One-eyed scarecrow?
Negative.
Giant water tower? You're not from here, are you?
I've never seen him.
Robots don't know you. We do.
Hey, how's your dad doing?
For over 80 years, we've built relationships first and plans second. It's your future. Let's protect it.
Contact Front Bureau Agent TJ Salander in Louisburg at 913-837-3237.
Happy birthday!
Back on for the final 2 minutes of this matchup here in Bonner Springs. Louisburg getting ready to add one in the win column for the first time this season. As they lead by 21 with just moments left in playing time for the Braves, who will be looking to advance to 0-4, still winless on the season. And not only that, but only one touchdown so far offensively for this team, and that came in week 1. Still have yet to see them reach the end zone since then. But even with that, I mean, think about having a rough season, not playing too well, the team isn't looking too hot. Still got a great fan base out here supporting the local high school football team. I think it's just great to see, even when a team, you know, you're going into this game probably expecting 0-4 to come out of it, but even though you're still sitting in the stands cheering them on full, and what a big catch from the 37 all the way inside of the 10 to the 8, a 29-yard reception for Bonner Springs as we enter the final 90 seconds. Looking to punch in for their second time this season here on homecoming. Flip it to Donnell. Tries to get upfield, and he will not. He'll be shut down at the line of scrimmage, no gain. And I wouldn't be surprised if they try to go to something in the air. We'll go ahead and keep it here as Bonner Springs calls their second time out. They want to punch in here. They want to give the fans a little bit of satisfaction, a little bit of something to go home with, something for the cheerleaders, the band. You know, you think about cheerleaders and band, they have more than likely rituals or celebrations to go along with scoring a touchdown. I mean, you've got an opportunity here. Understand you're down 21, but try and punch this one in, get a little morale, especially going into next week for the Braves. I think that could be of importance for them going forward. 50 seconds remain. As they line up on the 9-yard line. 2nd and goal from the 9. Takes the snap, fakes the flip. Breaks a tackle, and the pass is over the head of Smith. Incomplete. 3rd and goal from the 9 now. .45 seconds remaining. Guerra. Drops back to pass. Fires, and it's incomplete off the hands of McConico, who had a chance to bring it in the end zone. That's who they were looking for. He bolted out there to his spot, knew he was getting the call, and couldn't reel it in, as that one was just a tad bit behind him. But I got to say, I don't think that's only on the quarterback for that play. As, you know, it is your receiver's job to reel in that pass. And that one ends up incomplete off the fingertips. 42 seconds remain. Turnover here results in a kneel out, assumingly for Louisburg. Touchdown will do the same, except will be followed by a PAT and a kickoff. Bonner uses their final timeouts with that one. And this will be their final play offensively tonight on homecoming. Fourth and goal from the 9. Trips on his left as he motions one across. The blitz comes in hot. He pulls the trigger deep into the corner, and it's incomplete. Turnover on downs on the 9. And Louisburg will finally, in week 4, collect their first win. That drive out of Bonner Springs was pretty nice. 29 receiving yards and 10 rush yards. The longest drive we've seen on the half. And they'll go ahead and end the game on a kneel out. Everybody headed to the center to shake hands. Final score of tonight's game, 21-0. Louisburg Wildcat win. We'll go ahead and step aside. We'll be right back for the post-game show on Louisburg Sports Live, presented by Vos Pharmacy.
For 50 years, Elliott Group has been your local insurance partner. With 5 convenient locations, Elliott Group is big enough to offer the best carriers, but small enough to know your name and your insurance needs. Elliott Group is more than just insurance. They're a part of each community they serve, with a wide variety of insurance solutions to help your unique challenges. Elliott Group, where they're there for you today and for years to come. Visit them at any of their 5 locations or at ElliottInsuranceGroup.com.
Looking for the perfect getaway? At Destination Fun Travel, we bring the world to you. From turquoise Caribbean beaches to European river cruises and beyond. Destination Fun Travel is an award-winning travel agency specializing in creating unforgettable vacations. All-inclusive resorts, luxury villas, group trips, or custom vacation packages. Let us turn your dream vacation into reality, because with us, the journey is just as exciting as the destination.
Iron Horse Family and Cosmetic Dentistry and Dr. Laura's Orthodontics are committed to providing quality health care for area families. With comprehensive solutions, Iron Horse Dental and Dr. Laura's Orthodontics will listen and take the time to truly understand your needs, goals, and lifestyle. State-of-the-art equipment, techniques, and facilities combined with a new approach to oral care. That's what you get with Iron Horse Family and Cosmetic Dentistry and Dr. Laura's Orthodontics. To learn more, visit them online at drlaurasortho.com or ironhorsedental.com.
Whether you're trying to make the most of the next harvest, navigating a changing business landscape, or planning for the next chapter in your life, the professionals at Prime Accounting Solutions are here to help. With 10 locations, Prime Accounting offers convenient, friendly accounting and tax services at a fair price. Payroll, bookkeeping, business planning, personal tax filing, and more. And now Prime is the place to go for insurance. Wildcat fans can find us at 1262 West Amity in Louisburg or 913-837-4230. To find a location near you, go to primeaccounting.net. Since their doors first opened in 1920, First National Bank has been committed to local decision-making and long-term relationships. Locally owned and managed, First National Bank is there to guide you through all your firsts. First checking or savings account, first loan, first business groundbreaking, or your first home. A variety of banking services, expert guidance, and an emphasis on putting you first. First National Bank in Louisburg, 1201 West Amity, 913-837-5191. Equal housing lender, member FDIC.
The Fun 99 menu, always $1.99 each.
A message from the Sonic Department of Research and Deliciousment.
Did you know your new favorite burger has hand-smashed patties made to order, hot and melty cheese, and a tangy sauce? How rude of me. Let me introduce you. The all-new Sonic Smasher. Live free, eat Sonic.
Postgame show is brought to you by Elliott Insurance Group. At Elliott Insurance Group, they believe building strong relationships with their clients and their community is the best way to serve them both. With offices throughout the area and online at ElliottInsuranceGroup.com. Visit it today. Postgame show sponsor on Louisburg Sports Live. A little bit of a slow start for the Wildcats in the first quarter, and then they really got things moving in the second. Third quarter yielded a little bit of success similarly. And, excuse me. Certainly their best defensive performance so far this season. We'll get more into the stats here shortly. We're going to go ahead and take another quick break here on the postgame show, and we'll be right back with the final stats and game analysis.
At Fort Scott Community College, we understand that a scary part of figuring out your future isn't only answering the question, what should I do, but where do I belong? Maybe you belong here, preparing for a career in healthcare as part of Fort Scott Community College's nursing program. Or maybe you belong on stage as part of the Hounds band or theater department. I don't know where you've been or where you're headed, but I know we're saving a spot for you because you belong at Fort Scott Community College.
Bank, community banking at its best. Member FDIC, equal housing lender.
Hi, I'm Katie Casey, and I'm honored to be a third-generation realtor in our Crown Realty family. My dad and grandparents started Crown Realty in 1973, and since then we have grown to become one of the largest brokerages in the Midwest. We now have 8 office locations and over 150 agents covering about 20 counties across Kansas and Missouri. Reach out to us today to experience the Crown Realty difference, where we are committed to treating our agents like family and our clients like royalty.
Maximize your athletic potential with Louisburg Chiropractic. Athletes of all ages and skill levels can improve with the help of Dr. Jake Polzin at Louisburg Chiropractic Center. Shorter recovery times, increased range of motion, and flexibility are just a few of the benefits. Everyone can benefit from chiropractic care, from the pros to gym rats, rec golfers to high school athletes. Let Louisburg Chiropractic Center improve your performance. Call now, 913-837-2910.
Explore, imagine, and connect at the Louisburg Library in downtown Louisburg. Serving the community since 1968, the Louisburg Library has everything you're looking for. Whether you're into bestsellers, mystery, sci-fi, action, romance, or graphic novels, there's a story for everyone. Take advantage of their programs for kids and adults like book boxes, book clubs, winter read, summer bash, computer coding camps, and so much more. Stop by and meet their friendly staff 7 days a week and learn more at louisburglibrary.org.
Hi, I'm Dr. Aaron Stowe with Wildcat Veterinary Clinic. Come see us at our newly remodeled facility across from the stadium. We're proud to be your hometown vets who know and care about your family. We provide cutting-edge diagnostic services and specialty care that includes surgery, chiropractic, and reproductive services. With 24-hour emergency services, a team of 13 veterinarians, and 3 other locations in Paola, Drexel, and Martin City, our commitment to this community makes Wildcat Vet Clinic the vets you can trust.
Back to wrap up this broadcast here on Louisburg Sports Live, presented by Vose Pharmacy. Postgame show presented by Elliott Insurance Group. 21-0 win for Louisburg, their first of the season as they pick it up here in Week 4. Looking to catch a little bit of fire, headed into a streak of home games, 3 consecutive home games, and then a Spring Hill away game to finish off the season for this Wildcat team, as they try to progress in that positive direction. Final stat line, 239 rush yards and 83 receiving yards for the Wildcats on the night. 152 rush yards and 64 receiving yards for the Braves. So big shutdown on defense for Louisburg, and outside of the big carry by Donnell, that was an extremely successful night for that Louisburg defense, and certainly one of their best, if not their best, that we're going to see all season. So a great performance, offense on both sides of the ball, offensively, defensively, and then got to see a lot of the air attack and the run game established tonight, and I think carrying that forward into this streak of home games is what's going to create a little bit of success. 239 rushing yards is not a number to scoff at. They got beat by that same stat alone with no receiving yards a couple weeks ago. So definitely something to keep an eye on. But with that being said, we'll go ahead and wrap it up here in the booth. I'm Drake Miller. Thank you for tuning in tonight on Louisburg Sports Live. We appreciate your viewership and hope to see you guys next week as we will be back in Louisburg. Wildcat home game coming up next week. Stay tuned for that. Once again, thank you for watching and have a great night. Stay safe.
From the gridiron to the hardcourt, the pitch to the mat, don't miss any of the action. We're there with live, local sports coverage at VarsitySportsLive.com.